So this part two, man, I had technical difficulties just a few minutes ago. You know how to when to get a phone call right in the middle of the live. Okay, so part two. I'm gonna finish up here with part two. Now, it's a little different here. Okay, so as I mentioned, when you're riding along with the Leo, and you realize that you're, like I say, as the sun, just like the sun in the sky, sits there. So when you're dealing with the Leo, like I say, it's like the sun itself. You got to understand the pride. Okay, as you guys know, someone with great pride doesn't budge. Someone that has pride doesn't give. So it's only for them to what? Receive. Now, without what? Asking for it. That goes back to attention. Excuse me. So if a person has your undivided attention, that is usually what tends to happen. See? Now, when it comes to Leo's behavior. Now, with Leo's behavior, oftentimes they can react to the betrayal, okay, with that visible anger of what I was referring to. And here, a Pisces, like I said, forgives or ignores, but at the same time is imagining a better solution or outcome, right? Now, the reason and the dynamic here, which is like the problem, is that a Leo's pride is threatened here, see? And also, a Pisces tends to what? Avoid conflict. Now, when you think about it, you as a Pisces, would you rather avoid the conflict? Yes, right? Because what is going to happen if a Leo pride is threatened? It's going to lead to an altercation. But over what? The Leo being angry, okay? Because they have the pride of a lion. Well, welcome, Tyler. How you doing? Okay, so the next thing is that a Leo tends to judge decisiveness or hesitation. See? Now what I'm referring to is their behavior. And with a Pisces, how does a Pisces behave when it comes to their illusions? Well, a Pisces sees indecision as mysterious. So when you don't decide, Leo is going to see this as what? A problem. See? Because they're going to gauge your energy, your attention, your focusedness. And if you don't do it their way, guess what? It shows you that you have your own mind, your own path, your own way. Because a Leo is going to test you and to see if their influence is what? Getting to you. Is it changing you? Is it altering you on which or how you think? All the Leo wants is your attention, but they must know that their influence has what? An effect on you. See? So if a Leo perceives you to not be decisive, they're going to what? Judge you. They're going to make a what? They're going to make a decision. They're going to make, when someone judges you, it's like they get this assumption. They get this, you're not ready. You're not decisive. You're not strong. See? But here's the problem. Notice I said how a Pisces behaves. Hold on now. Notice I said how a Pisces behaves But did you know how a Pisces behaves is an illusion? Because you don't know how a Pisces behaves. Because listen, a Pisces behaves in such a way that it's not the same as yesterday. It's cold-blooded. See? That's why I said a Pisces looks at most situations as morally gray. As morally gray. As morally gray. See that? So until there's a reason why a Pisces would have to do it the same way, seldomly happens. See? So it's like you could be one way, right? You could be behaving in such a way where a Pisces realizes that until I change or do something different that you least expected from me, about me, will your behavior still be morally gray? Or will I change because I didn't reflect off you? See, you didn't know that I was going to switch my position. You didn't know that I was going to act different. But what you did notice is that something changed regarding me versus you. See? See, people are cool as long as they can control, listen, people are cool and comfortable as long as they know what you're going to do next. See? So if you're cool and calm and relaxed and laid back on Monday, guess what? They assume tomorrow you're going to be the same. Not to a Pisces. Because why? Our behavior is an illusion. It's cold-blooded. And you get stuck thinking we was just like we was yesterday. You assume that we were the same way. We're going to be the same way on Tuesday as Monday. And you thought wrong. Didn't I just say an illusion always outweighs a facade? You will change because the Pisces is not what you thought. For Monday, you were one way until Tuesday comes. And then you change. So what was morally gray becomes what? A problem, not the situation. See, the Pisces behavior is an illusion because you assumed, you made a long-term decision based off of a short time. See, you can't assume that a Pisces is the same on Monday from Tuesday and you just met them. Nope. A Pisces is not going to make it that easy for you to figure out, oh, is this person over too friendly on Monday? Oh yeah, a Pisces of course going to be overly friendly, and yeah, everybody seems like, oh, they could just take the Pisces for a ride. Even Typhon thought that. And he had over 100 heads. According to mythology, right? Right, but hold that thought. Even if you are highly aware and perceptive, you will never be able to understand or depict or predict a Pisces behavior. Nope. Ask Mr. Scorpio, ask Mrs. Scorpio, oh, hey, with that perception that you have, are you able to understand and predict a Pisces movements? No. Yeah, they can't even do it. Because the fish will always do something different. A fish will never be the same as it was Monday from Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday, from week to week to month to year to year. Nope. And you want to know? Not even a kid would stand a chance. Not even a kid. It doesn't matter how innocent you are. Nope. Doesn't matter how mean you are. Doesn't matter how great you are. Doesn't matter how rich you are. The ego dies when it meets Pisces. Because the ego falls what? The ego can only face one direction. But the illusion is everywhere. The illusion is everywhere. See? Because listen, the Pisces, the illusion is the whole world. See? And Pisces accepts the world for what it is, not what's in it. It's cold-blooded. Because Pisces separates the physical from the spiritual. See? In the meta universe. This is the meta universe, my friend. The cell phone. It's the cell phone, it's the meta universe. See? It's cold-blooded. So as long as you're, listen. This could feel like a mirror sometimes, right? When you take a selfie and you're constantly glued to your phone, right? You pay your attention, put it like this, you pay your phone so much attention. It goes everywhere with you. Goes in your pocket, goes on the charger, but for some reason, you can't go without it. It comes with you. And if someone said, give me your phone, let me use your phone, you would say, no, it's mine, right? Wait a minute, isn't that what Leo? Does that sound like a Leo, right? Yeah, it does sound like a Leo. Yes. So why can't a Leo separate themselves from what? Their reflection. Their own reflection. See? Because they're too busy watching what other people are doing. So if you're watching if you are paying attention to what everybody else is doing, what is the point? See, what is the point? What are you getting out of it? Nothing. And that's why Pisces knows it the whole time. So the Pisces, heavy as the head, because guess what? We will dethrone a Leo every single time. Because the throne is what? Spiritual the whole time. The throne is something you can't see. That's why Leo realizes that I'm not running the show. The Pisces is. The Pisces can turn the lights off and end the show at any time because because their behavior is the illusion. It's what you can't see. You don't see the guy in the back of a show that's running the damn what? The show. You don't see it. You go to the casino, you don't know what's behind the camera. You don't know. See? So when you go to the casino, you think you're running the show, right? How could you be so absent-minded? How can you not see what's outside of yourself? It's because you're so busy focusing on yourself that you can't see the illusion. Bro, that's why I said, bro, listen, you can't see the illusion. So if a Pisces is around a Leo, guess what? They can't see Pisces, bro. They can't even see Pisces, bro. And that's why I said, bro, you have to be sure of what you're seeing when you are with a Pisces, bro. See, because a Pisces can listen. How was John Wayne Gacy so successful at his, put it like that? How did he get so many victims? And he targeted little boys, right? So how could he get away with so much while wearing the mask? Because listen, he knew how to separate The illusion from the facade, bro. See, I could dress up as a clown, but my behavior could always change. See, while you focusing on the mask, the behavior has nothing to do with what? The person. Cold-blooded. The behavior has nothing to do with what you see. See, I could be you can assume that, he's so nice. And guess what? I could be like BTK, Richard Ramirez. And you absolutely would never see it coming, because by the time you realize what I'm really about, guess what? It's too late. You're in a whole different realm. RRP. See? That's the thing. That's what Pisces does to you. By the time you realize, it's too late. That's why listen, that is how powerful an illusion is. See? That is how powerful an illusion is. And if you're not careful, guess what? You will miss the point, fam. Every single time. Because guess what Pisces does? Pisces sees through it. Pisces sees through the illusion every time. Oh, because the Pisces created it. It's cold-blooded. Pisces is the master of illusion. Bro, I don't give a damn what you do. You will never be able to know who the Pisces really is. You would never know. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Okay, so when it comes to a Leo's behavior, another thing is they critique loyalty directly. We just talked about this. What is loyalty? See, loyalty isn't free. Oh, but loyalty seems like somebody will go out of their way to what? Stick to a person, right? In such a way, but that's on the small scale. But what is loyalty? Loyalty costs something. See, you have to buy. Listen, nobody is going to have your back without a price. And you could have learned that from Ted DiBiase from wrestling. Everybody has a price. That's what it is. Everybody has a price. And guess what? So does loyalty. It's not free. Nope. Not free. Nope. Because listen, when you look at the Machiavellian strategies, bro, no one will do anything for you for free. Nope. Nope. They will not be your friend for free without what? Without a benefit from it. See? Because listen, there's three words that you have to watch out for, and people miss it every time. Should. Oh, you should do this. Oh, but what you should do, you should come with me. You should have known that wasn't your friend. Should. Why should I do anything? You're trying to what? Influence me, convince me. That's not a friend. Nope. That's not a friend at all. The next one, but. Oh, you're a good worker, but you're always late. That's to make you feel, listen to, this is why I'm trying to tell you the graps. Oh, you're a good worker, but you're always late. Which one do you think really matters? Okay, based off how you hear it, is not the same of how you're supposed to feel it. Man, listen, bro, I'm on fire, bro. People are talking to you. Oh, you should do this. Don't fall for the flattery. Oh, you're a good worker. Yeah, you're good at what you do, but you're always late. Which one do you think really is the truth of how they felt about you? It wasn't the, oh, you're a good worker. That was for your ego. The truth was you're always late, which means they don't like you. It's cold-blooded. And as soon as people hear that, they always say, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm such a good worker. Oh, yeah, okay, well, I'm always late. Well, at least he didn't say he hated me. Yes, he did. Replay it again, what he said. But you're always late. Yeah, you should. Yeah, I like your shoes, but you should have got the Jordans, the 13s, the ones that just came out. Oh, I should. Yeah, maybe I'll take these back. No. Should is he or she trying to influence you from already what? From your decision that you made for yourself. It's cold-blooded. And this happens every single day. And the third word that you have to watch out for, that a lot of people miss, is just. Oh, I'm not out to get you. I just want you to not get played. Why are you trying to convince me so much? Well, no. I didn't. That's not how I meant to. I was just saying, like, I was just trying to help you. No, you wasn't. Just is listen. Every word that I just mentioned is deception. It's cold-blooded. You have to pay attention, my friend. You have to wake up and listen to people talk and what the words they're choosing to say to you. Otherwise, guess what? You will miss the point every time, and you will fall for what? The illusion. You sitting there thinking the person likes you, but you're too tall. But yeah, but what you said to John, yeah, that was unacceptable. That's how they really feel. See how the facade and illusion comes in twos? You must separate them to notice the difference. Otherwise, guess what? You fall for the first few words of what they said to you, and guess what? You run off with that because it feeds your ego. And then you wonder why the same person that just told you what they told you ends up doing you in. And you're just sitting there in awe and just looking like, why they do this to me? Because you fell for it. See? Never trust someone that uses the words but, should, and just. Never. And you'll thank me later. See? Now, another thing is that when it comes to Pisces, as I mentioned, Pisces sees the indecision as mysterious. So when a Leo judges the decisiveness or hesitation of a Pisces, they would assume that, oh, you're weak. Just off that illusion that the Pisces placed. See? Because why would I put on a facade just to please other people? I don't get anything out of that. See? And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that when you are slow to decide, it draws the illusion. And guess what? When you take time to decide, someone wants something from you, they want to answer, starve them. I don't really know. Oh, I'll get back to you. Hey, let me get back to you tomorrow. See, when you use that, bro, you'll thank me later. Well, I need to know now because if, like, I probably will forget, and I need to know now because, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on, and I just need it now. I just need to know now. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I don't have an answer for you. Indecision, you guys. Indecision is what? I just said it. As mysterious, you guys. And that's what you need. Because listen, the more a person doesn't see you, what will happen? They will never get the point. They will always what? Fall for the illusion. And guess what the illusion is? I bet you didn't know this. Guess what the illusion is? It's their karma. It's cold-blooded. Because Pisces is a karmic sign anyway. So people that get trapped in the illusion, oh my God, bro. It's a trap. Listen, it's a trap set for a reason. They get trapped in the illusion because, listen, how they saw, listen, how they were going to do you based off of what? Based on how they perceived you. It's cold-blooded. They were going to hurt you because of that. Once they seen that weakness, they were looking at you like prey. But here's the thing. When a person doesn't understand that the illusion has no boundaries, it's cold-blooded. It's like this, holding on to something. Oh, I didn't know that it was no surface. Oh, I didn't know it was that deep. I didn't know that Pisces was that deep. So by the time you jump into it impulsively, quickly, desperate to take advantage, guess what happens to you? You drown. You drown every single time. And by the time you realize that you fell for the illusion, guess what? You're in a whole nother realm. It's too late. Because listen, rats even fall for the illusion. If you build a trap to where once you put the food on the top of a carton of water and they fall through the hole, because they're so focused on listen, the rat is so focused on the food, he doesn't even see the illusion. Which tells you he doesn't see the trap. All the mouse sees is what? The bait. But wait a minute. Isn't the bait a trap? See, once the mouse goes for the cheese or the food, or whatever it is that was placed out, it falls in the water. And it's trying to save itself. See, why is it trying to save itself? Why is the mouse trying to save itself? It's something that the mouse knows. See? It's something that the mouse knows is that I thought I was looking at the cheese and I didn't see the water. I didn't see the water. So what does that tell you? He went into the situation not feeling. It's cold-blooded. You can feel the illusion. Every single time you can feel the illusion. Because it's karma. It's cold-blooded. You can feel the illusion because it's karma. Why would you listen? The oven is burning. It's on fire and it's at a certain degree. Because that's what it takes for you. See? And anything that's not the real you, it gets torched. It gets cooked. Oh, well, what if that was what if 100% of you was what? Was fake. Guess what? Then the whole thing gets burned. The whole thing. See? You don't understand that you just walked into an oven. Because you went by what? You went by what you saw. You went by what you perceived. Perception. People hear perception and they say, oh, Isn't that, they'll look at perception, they think that is useful. Not necessarily. Intuition is stronger than perception. See? Because your eyes can deceive you. How things look. You have to use what? You have to use two things. And that is what? You have to see a situation and you have to feel a situation out first. But wait a minute. The mouse, he saw the cheese, but guess what he was doing? He thought it was sweet. It's cold-blooded. He used the wrong shit. He used the thoughts. You can't outthink someone that doesn't think anyway. See? You can't outthink somebody that feels and look and sees first. Vision is powerful. Listen, your vision is the most powerful. Listen, vision is the most powerful within a person and your emotions. Your thoughts, no. See, no. Because if you, listen, if something goes wrong with how you see things, perception. Guess what? It alters in what? It alters what? How you think. Because I can look at something and see, oh, that's a fake fireplace. Oh, and this is a real fireplace. But if I don't separate them, guess what happens? You rely on thinking about it. Who wins? The person, listen, the person that wins is because they had the right vision based off of what they felt. You feel things. Listen, you're going to feel danger before it happens. See, whether or not you die from it, all depends on karma. Because no one knows. Listen, no one knows when they're going to go. No one knows when they're going to go. So by that in itself, you could be swallowed up by a whale just because it was time. It was time for you to get ate. But everything about you, what? Was off. See, that doesn't mean you're off limits. And that's what I'm here to tell you, bro. You have to separate the illusion from the facade in everything you do in life. John Wayne Gacy, like I say, the only reason why he was so successful at what he did is because people didn't see him, bro. They didn't see him. But here's because they went off of what? They went off of one thing. What they went off the clown. See, they went off the outward exterior, the clown, and then they went off of what? Their own thinking. Most times people look at a clown, they think, oh, it's safe here. This person's intentions is what? Good. Because it's a clown, right? It's not what you perceive, bro. It's not what you think. Don't use it. It's what it doesn't mean. Listen, you don't get paid to think. No, you don't. What you think can hurt you, man. Because you know why? Because you thought wrong. If your thinking was so, listen, if it was all about thinking, then guess what? Then why would you think wrong? Why would you, you were right. You were wrong. It comes in twos. You have to separate them. See? You have to stay on the side where it's right. Because guess what? It's so easy for you to end up on the other side of being wrong. The consequence is what? Your own karma. Just from not knowing the difference. Just from not being right. And that's why I say, if you, listen, why I said when you're dealing with the Leo, you must separate the crown. You got to separate the ego. But either way, the Leo doesn't see you. See? Doesn't see you. I'm going to tell you another thing. The Leo doesn't see you because the Leo values strength. See? A Pisces values depth. And guess what? A Leo's not willing to go that deep. A Leo wants to be on the surface. See? They want to be on the surface. They want to be on the throne. And now, they want to be on the throne where others can see them. See? It's a reason why you have to look up to the sun. See? It's a reason why you have to do this. Why can't you see the sun level-headed? Why, when you're level with the sun, why can't you just, keep your head straight? Why do you have to look up? When you look up, what does that mean? Now you see what I'm saying. Looking up to the sun means what? It means this. It means, oh, I see the sun. I'm looking up. See that? And here's the thing. It's the same analogy when celebrities get on stage and the crowd is looking up at the person that's on the stage, right? The celebrity, right? They're clapping. They're screaming. They're cheering. That's worship, right? Now, another thing. If a person would worship the sun, what does that mean? It's cold-blooded. See? So then the Leo is ruled by the sun. See that? So that lets you know that when you come around a Leo, they don't even see you. Nope. They don't even see you. So it has more to do with what you bring to them, what you sacrifice to them. And guess what? Every time you're around a Leo, you always feel like you have to give them something. It's cold-blooded. Give them something that they didn't ask for because of pride. And that's what they will not ask you for help. Nope. They'll run out of gas, and guess what? They're not going to say, hey, I need help on gas. Hey, could you help me with my homework? They're not going to ask you for anything. Nope. Because as soon as you look up and see them, you're going to end up being a service for them. See? Now, another thing is that a Leo critiques loyalty directly. But wait a minute. I thought loyalty isn't free, right? I thought loyalty isn't free, real. So why would you critique it? If it's something you have to pay for, then you notice that the receipt was shown for it, right? A Pisces assumes, a Pisces assumes that hidden loyalty. See, notice I said hidden loyalty. A Pisces assumes it. See, you are only in control. Listen, you know who you are going to be loyal to. See, you have a laundry list. You already have your people that you're going to be loyal to, right? Because why? It's a secret to yourself and also your motives. See that? So the dynamic here is that Leos, they need clarity. See, because they can't just have any old body around them. So they must be able to see it. See, through your reflection, right? Pisces, what does a Pisces do? They create stories. See, so that's the dynamic there, is that every time you are with a Pisces, you will always have a story. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that a lesson? Yep, a lesson. It's going to always be a lesson. Every time a person crosses the path of a Pisces, there's a lesson. See? What to do next time. Something didn't go right. Something ended. New beginning, right? Now, another thing is that Leos, they observe social status. Well, Pisces, I don't see you talking to anyone. You must be antisocial, right? Now, what a Pisces does is A Pisces fantasizes about it, but they're not that serious about it. See, because listen, if it's not a situation that will go into the depths, a Pisces don't want it. Don't even want to have no partake or dealings with it, right? So what tends to happen here is that a Pisces would just fantasize about that social harmony, because a Pisces sees the trap in it. See, there's anytime, listen, whoever you socialize with, it can always change. That's why they say, oh, you may have friends, but then you can meet new ones, right? Now, here's the thing. Leo wants recognition every time. Pisces wants a connection. See? Now, when it comes to Leo, they judge the attention to what? Details. So they notice who's not giving it to them. So this is what breaks the pride, the detachment. See, this breaks the pride because listen, a Leo will hunt you down. They will hunt you down for what? They will hunt you down for your attention. So, hey, if they are present, listen, if they are in your presence, guess what? They are not going to make you comfortable unless you give them that attention. It's cold-blooded. Why are they so nice to their friends? Because they get so much attention from them. And as soon as you are showering them with attention and you take it back, they're going to hunt you down for it. They're going to see the change, the sudden change. And they are going to what? Show you visible anger. Oh, everybody else got $10,000 gift from that same Leo. And you were their best friend. But as soon as you took that attention away, guess what? You didn't get a gift. And then you felt it. And then on stage, you see everybody else getting a high five. Thanks, man. You know, you're the best, right? And you're sitting in the crowd. And you notice that you're not a part of the show. See? But guess what? By you sitting in the crowd and you're not a part of their show, now you see the separation. See? Now you see the separation. But this is the funny part. Now you see the crown. Now you see their ego. And you're like, yo, I won. See, you won, but here's the thing. You won because you got to see it. You got to experience their ego from themselves, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you got to look at it from that perspective. If you don't, you will always get burned, bro. Because listen, you're going to get burned regardless. You're going to get burned regardless. Why? Because they're ruled by the sun, bro. Listen, it's no way for a person to withstand the sun just always and every day like that. It's no way. You will always get burned. Even the people that worship the sun, even the people that follow the Leo around all day, they get burned too. Yep. That's what pride does. Pride is selfishness, bro. Pride is what? See? Always present. See? And that's the thing. You wonder why nobody can get through to them. That's what pride does. It kills selfish people, bro. Every time. Now, another thing is that when it comes to when the Leo judges the attention to detail, what does a Pisces do? On purpose. Pisces overlooks details, reads the vibe instead. It's cold-blooded. See, Pisces follows the vibe, is in tune with the vibe. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what the details are. Oh, it looks good. It looks fabulous. But the vibe's off. But the vibe, it doesn't feel right. Oh, maybe I should start feeling to see what it really feels. I don't feel what you're feeling because I'm not feeling. See, I'm not feeling anything because you don't want to. See, that's the thing. You got to feel that something is off. Just because you're at a concert, you could feel things. You could feel if there's a mosh pit. You could feel that a mosh pit, someone's trying to do a mosh pit. You could feel the theatrics, the aesthetics, everything about the show. If you was at the Travis Scott concert, I guarantee you, if you was a Pisces, you probably felt that whole situation unraveling like it did when those people got killed at that show. Once that portal opened up, a Pisces would have already caught on to that. Oh my God, there's a portal. Hey, it's time to go, bro. People start moving on in and people start what? Suffocating, getting squished. A Pisces would have felt that whole freaking energy shift. The music gets louder. They're no longer hearing the words, the lyrics. They're hearing what? The demonic initiation behind it. A Pisces would have caught on to all that. See, because the intuition. See, that's why I said it's not what's in front of you, man. It's what you can't see. Now, another thing is that Leo only acts on facts. See, that's bad though, because facts don't mean nothing, bro. You could perceive something and say, oh, I got to see it on paper. I got to see that it actually happened with my own two eyes. But guess what? If you don't feel anything, guess what? You're gonna always miss the point. That the facts are not the point. See, Pisces acts on intuition. Intuition is way more powerful than the facts. Hey, I'm just trying. Hey, man, listen, don't. I know a lot of y'all like, man, bro, I wasn't ready for this, but I'm here. I'm telling you, intuition is way more powerful than the facts. Fuck the facts. Hey, forget the details. The intuition is going to show me the answers. See, that I need to see. Now, the next thing you got to watch out for regarding a Leo's behavior is that they critique ambition or your drive. They like to see how good you are. They like to see how awesome you are. See, where a Pisces imagines people working toward what? Ideas. Because that is what it takes to what? Acquire a connection, a real connection. Now, the dynamic, here's the problem though. Leo wants results, see? And Pisces wants purpose. That's the difference. Now, another thing is that with Leo's behavior that you got to watch out for is they judge generosity, boundaries. They are more focused on how much you will give. What are you going to put on the table? See how the loyalty, it alters? What are you willing to give? Determines what? Their loyalty to you. Oh my God, bro. It's cold-blooded, bro. And here's the thing. When you look at the boundaries, they only place boundaries in a situation that rewards them, not you. See? And here's the thing. Their boundaries are connected to, hey, are you going to give me what I need without me asking for it? Oh, that's a boundary. So if you break that, guess what? Your tail is grass, right? Now, Pisces behavior looks like this. They will project ideal generosity. See? So they'll pay credit. They'll give credit to where credit's due. Oh, you did something? You should, any type of situation. Let's say, in other words, you put it like this. If you were the best candidate for a situation, Pisces will give you your flowers. Boom. Even if you performed or did something better than the Pisces. A Pisces knows how to separate themselves from others and say, yo, you did a good job, or hey, you did this, and give you your flowers. Not Leo. Nope. Nope. You can't be better than them. Nope. You can't be, oh, you got 150 of something and they've only got 100. Nope. See, because that's a boundary for them. See that? Their boundaries only benefit them, not you. Now, another thing is that Leo does this because they're protecting their ego, man. See, bro, that's what gets in the way. They're protecting their ego. Pisces empathizes freely. Pisces feels the vibe. Pisces feels what's going on, the real deal. Like I said, a Pisces is not the type of person that's going to hate on someone, see, for doing better than them or having a higher accomplishment. Now, when it comes to another thing, now this is powerful and this is crazy at the same time. It's crazy work. Is that a Leo will react to jealousy openly right away. No waiting, no thinking, no pasting, no, let me get let me find out what's going on first. Nope. Soon as they see you talking to somebody else and not them, and you were, all hell breaks loose. Leo is considered a visionary. And the anger is in their eyes. It's cold-blooded. The anger is in their eyes, not their actions. They show you visible anger. See, it's a difference. It's a difference on how a Leo shows emotions versus a Pisces. Now, when it comes to Pisces makes, put it like this, a Pisces masks their jealousy, see, behind what? Caring for others. It's cold-blooded. So this is why I said the illusion outweighs a facade, because even Pisces, if they are jealous, they're going to what? Start helping people, caring more for people. See, why would they do this? Because their flesh must die. See, they know the cure. They know what must happen to get rid of that jealousy is what? To start being happy for others, caring for others. So they only mask it because when you react to the jealousy, it's destructive. See, you can't use jealousy to win. Nope. Jealousy, if you use jealousy to win, you're going to lose instead every time. See, because you're putting yourself first. It's not about you. Just because you win something, guess what? It wasn't you. It was the team that won. See that? Now, another thing is that Leos that point out inconsistencies. And guess what? They manipulate through the words. But, just, and should, right? Those are judgmental words. What you should do. Yeah, you got 150, but you cheated. But and it's like, wow, why can't I just get my flowers, Leo? Why are you why are you like in the way of my accomplishments? See? Because they're jealous. See? You can't outshine them in their eyes. Notice I said you cannot outshine a Leo in their eyes. Because all they see is themselves. Man, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. They don't see you. See, the sun, if you always notice, when you always notice the sun, it always seems like it's in the same spot. So everybody from the world, right, from all different states to countries, When they look at the sun, it looks like the sun is looking at you, right? You look up at the sun and nobody knows how far away it really is, right? But you can see it. Here's the illusion. The illusion of the sun is it wasn't made for you to see. It wasn't made for you to know how far it was from you. It wasn't made for you to notice the distance. The sun was there to what? The sun was there to leave you a what? Was to leave you a point. See, puzzle piece. It was there to show you that it exists. It's cold-blooded. See, remember I said life is an illusion. You think you're living. You think you're living your life. And then you look at the sun, you're like, yo, I'm sitting here living my life, but you're always there. Why it's like, hey, dude, where do you go when it gets dark? See? Then you see the moon. So then you start scratching your head and you're like, wait a minute. In the daytime, the sun was out in the daytime. But then at night, the moon's out. Where's the sun at night? Where is the sun at night? Now do you see what I'm saying? See, the sun was there to show us that it's not always how it looks. It's not always how it looks. The distance just shows you the separation from you from the sun. See that? That's why I said life is an illusion, you guys. Life is an illusion. And an illusion always, I see, you know, listen to this. Listen to this. It's powerful. An illusion outweighs a facade. Now, when I say that, some people hear it different. Some people say, oh, real set, an illusion always a facade. It's cold-blooded. See, the mask constantly changes from the illusion and the facade at the same time. And that is time. See, because you think you think that you're existing, but you're on somebody else's time. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. Time changes. It would never stay the same time. See? And you're watching the time. The time isn't watching you. The sun isn't watching you. You think that. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop, bro. Hold him back. He's doing too much. Commercial break. Bro, your eyes can deceive you, not your vision. It's cold-blooded. When you die, your vision is still there. Your soul is still existing. The sun is in the sky to show you the separation. That it never stays the same. It's always changing. See? And it is a sign for the whole world to know the difference. Oh, how far is it? Doesn't matter. The facts don't matter. You can't prove it because it doesn't matter. That's why you're supposed to what? You're just supposed to live your life because you're not in control. You're not in control. If everybody were rich in the world, guess what will happen? The same damn thing as if the world was broke. Because money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If everybody were rich, guess what will happen? You will end up trading your Balenciagas for a loaf of bread. Because guess what? Once the farm, hey, there will be no farms. Everybody will have a Lamborghini. Everybody will have a mansion. And guess what? You wouldn't be able to go to the store and buy shit. Nope. See? Because you'll starve to death. You'll have all that. You'll have a Rolex and Lamborghini and mansion. Everybody will have the same shit, right? And then all of a sudden, once they run out of food, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to survive? Oh, I need food. I need food. Hey, man. Hey, I'll trade. There will be trading all over the world. Trading will become what? If the world, listen, that shows you the separation. If everybody was the same, I'm going to say it one more time. If everybody were the same, had the same shit, if everybody were rich, what would happen? Then everybody will want to trade. See? Just to what? Exist. It's cold-blooded. We cannot have the same. Because everything will always be separated. The whole world is separated. That's why you have people that speak different languages. We all don't speak the same language. We can't all speak the same language. The world was made to what? The world was made to be separate. And the thing about it is, you wonder why. You thinking that, oh, we need to stay united. No, we don't. We cannot do the same things. Nope, to survive. That's why you have no control. You're born into this world with no control. When you came out, the doctors had to do something, see, to keep you alive. Because you didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to speak. But you had one. See, the things that you were born with shows you the separation. Because listen, when you were born, you didn't say, let me be born. You didn't choose to be here. That's how you know life is an illusion. See? Everything changed. You were never the same age. You were 1 year old when you became 1 year old, when you were so many months, 1 year old. Look how time was watching you the whole time. Time itself was watching you. It's cold-blooded. You think you're watching the time. You have no control. Time is watching you. The sun is watching you. It's what you can't see. It's what you can't see that matters, man. That's why you have to get a relationship with God, bro. It's what you can't see. You can't see your skeletal. You can't see your heart. But you wonder why, when you go to the doctor, they have to open you up just to find what's inside of you and to see what went wrong. But all along, you think that it's about what you compare your life to someone else's and get mad. And it's like, bro, you can't be the same. No one would never, listen, you will never be the same because you have no control. The illusion is so strong that the illusion is controlling you. It will control you till you die, bro. You would never be able to figure out how this earth came about. You will never live to see it, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The world is an illusion, bro. You don't know. Listen, you not knowing the time. Listen, the time could be 4 o'clock. And then it changes to 5 o'clock. Then it changes to 6 o'clock. Then it changes to 7 o'clock. And as the time passes, so many things are happening. Time lapse. So many things are happening. People are eating, people are screwing, people are going to work, people are traveling, people are fishing, people are playing basketball, people are playing a game. People are getting killed, people are at war. All this is happening, and you don't even know. And you want to know why? Because people aren't paying attention. You look at the prisoner and you say to yourself, you got 10 years. And then the prisoner is looking at you and saying, I haven't seen you in 10 years. What's the difference? You're doing time and so are you. It's cold-blooded. We will never be the same. We were meant to go. Listen, we were born to be separate, bro. You can't even wear the same shoes every day. Every day you have to do something. You got to use the bathroom every single day. Why is that? Because it's separate. Oh, I don't want to use the bathroom though. You have no control. My heart is beating at a certain rate. It's not going to be the same as the person that you're looking at. Now, do you see what I'm saying? The point is all it is for us to live to get to the point. That's the whole point. So why are people focused on all these other things that don't matter? And you know what they are? Distractions. See, if only everybody knew this, they would say, damn. That's why they say you can't wait on time, bro. Because you're gonna listen. If you're wasting time, guess what you're doing, bro? You're just living, bro. You're not existing, because existing means what? Forever. The sun will be there no matter what, bro. Listen, it's gonna be there when you're a baby, and it doesn't change, bro. It doesn't change. The sun was the same when you saw it when you were born, when you were 9 years old, when you were 10, when you were 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, dead. And it's still there. It's still there, whether you see it, feel it, heard about it. You will never be able to figure it out, bro. You know why? Because you have no control. You weren't born to understand the sun. You weren't born to understand the world. That's how you know it's an illusion. That's why when people try to figure out Pisces, you have no control. Why are you trying to figure me out? You don't have no control. And what happens to you, you trap yourself in the illusion of thinking that you can control me, that you could control me. I didn't even do nothing to you. You did it to yourself. See, that tells you when you try to control your life, you receive karma. You become cursed. Because that's not how the world was made in the first place. You're focusing on the wrong stuff. Oh, the distance. How far is the sun from me? Who cares? You will never be able to figure it out. And look, soon as you think you know the facts, the details, guess what? It changes again. And I'm gonna tell you, those that think, oh well, I'm gonna build I'm gonna build a, what they call it, the little thing, the little, you know what I'm saying, the little thing that get to the moon or whatnot. It's like, yo, I'm gonna build me something to go up there to land on the moon for what? Just to die? That ain't smart. Just stay in your place, bro. Just stay in position. Realize and understand and respect your boundaries. See, that's why I say, even, I'm gonna tell you why Pisces has no boundaries and has to remind themselves to even use them. Because that doesn't matter. That's not gonna save you. Nope. What happened? You don't control what happens to you. You can have you can have boundaries all around your mansion. You can have cameras everywhere. And guess what? You can have a heart attack, God forbid. Boom. But you got all these boundaries. Why would you let the world deceive you into thinking that you could save yourself from trouble? When trouble is what? Trouble is an illusion. Because you can't protect yourself from anything that happens to you. It just happens out of your control. But you thought, oh, I was healthy and I did this and I did all these things to stay alive, bro. Everybody's still gonna go, bro, someday. Just get over it. You could walk this earth perfectly thinking that, oh, I'm a nice person. All these things that you say about yourself is nothing but what? Lies. Because you still are gonna go, bro. That's just how the world is. You didn't ask to be here. You didn't know none of this was gonna happen. It just happened, fam. You know what's crazy? People are born in different parts of the world. They didn't choose to be there. They didn't choose to go to Africa. They didn't choose to go to Sweden, Canada. They didn't choose their parents. They didn't choose it. See? It's like, yo, if you land somewhere, you just adapt. That's why you have to adapt to your environment. See, you were born to adapt. You were born to absorb. And you wonder why you must eat healthy. See? You think that you're supposed to eat healthy because to live longer. Nope. Nope. You must eat healthy to hone in on your intuition. You must eat healthy in order to still know the truth that you have no control. To stay fully aware. See? And that's the thing. People forget this. They have no control. Like I said, if everybody were rich, then we will all be trading. See, because you can't live without what? Food, water. You could have the hugest house, millions of dollars in the bank, and not live to what? Spend it all. Why is that? Because money is an illusion. You're not rich. You're not poor. It's the funny thing is when they're looking at you, they think that you have a title status on your forehead. Nope. It doesn't matter. All these things that we are equipped to, basically, the world. Listen, the people in the world make you think that, oh yeah, you have to be rich to have this. You have to be poor to have this, right? Put it like this. You have to have money to what? Live. See, that's all it is, just to live. Some people have it. Hey, some people have more of it, and hey, they live, comfortable. Doesn't mean that you can't live comfortable. Just because they buy something that you can't buy doesn't mean that I'm not going to sleep good at night. See that? Because listen, it could be a caveman can sleep just as good as a rich man. See, he could be outside in a place that's warm. You never know. He could still have the same great experience. The whole key is, you think that, oh, money is going to save your life? No, it's not. Guess what? Name one person that has a casket full of millions. And can they spend it? Can they use it? Nope. You make 2 million. Kobe Bryant, I'm sure he had millions in the bank, billions probably. Didn't get live to see, live to spend it all, because that money doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't give you a status. Please, I hope she doesn't, bro. And that's the thing. Like, people forget these things, but I'm trying to, like I say, my channel is basically breaking it down, you guys, that you have to see the world for what it is. It's an illusion, bro. Because you don't listen. That's the thing with names. Oh, my name is this. Who names you? Your parents named you, right? But that's just the name you go by. That's not you. Doesn't mean, listen, like, certain names don't define you, bro. Like, that's what they just call you. But you don't really know you don't really know what you're saying when you're saying it, because you're born what? When you are born, you can't talk, bro. You can't speak. You don't know what words are. Do you think when a person passes away, do you think they're going to be yelling out Johnny, Suzanne, Cindy? They're not going to be calling any names out. And yeah, you're right. I don't know. So why would you sit there and focus on names? Why would you focus on, you're not going to remember nothing, fam. You're not, see, you'll be shown, yeah, based on how you lived in the things you did. But it's not going to be, all these things that the world, that you had to use to survive, in other words. See, it's just a tool. That's all it is, just a tool. And that's why I tell people, this is why I say to people, it's not what you think, bro. It's what you can't see, bro. Now, another thing is that when it comes to Leos, they judge boldness or attention seeking. See, they gauge who gets the most attention, or who's getting attention, period. Now, with Pisces, they project charisma onto others. See, in Leo, they need admiration, and Pisces sees feelings. See, Pisces see everything Leo is doing. Like, Pisces sees everything of what Leo is doing, and Leo refuses to see Pisces. See, refuses to see anyone else have attention, any type of, admiration upon them, anything. See, now, another thing about Leo is they critique failure. And Pisces, they blur or they romanticize failure. Because what Pisces knows is that when it comes to failing at something, Pisces tends to play with it. That's what I mean by romanticize with it. Because a Pisces knows that in the failure, there's strength. See, there's everything that is considered failure at something is not always a loss. It's not always failing. See, it's like you could assume a person failed, but then all of a sudden that person found their true path. They found what they really wanted to do with their life. But until they failed, they didn't realize it. See, So that's why Pisces understands that you can't just ignore your feelings. You can't ignore the feelings of others, because there is some truth there. See, like you could listen, a person could tell you how they feel and you could see where they're telling the truth. See, now another thing is Leo seeks excellence and Pisces seeks growth. Okay, now when it comes to another thing is that Leo, they react to betrayal publicly. So they're quick to like get into let's say a conference or group of people to talk about things such as you doing something against them, or they feel like you're in some sort of betrayal against them. So that's one thing. And then with Pisces, they process internally with imagination. See, so that's the difference hit there. And then with Leo, the one thing about Leo, I gotta turn the car. It's freezing out here, you guys. But yeah, with Leo, it's crazy because Leo's here, because the imagination is stronger than knowledge. And the thing is, when a Pisces is processing internally, it's like art. In other words, it's like when a person draws or makes a paint, paints a painting. Why the difference here is that Pisces isn't reacting, and that's the worst thing you could do, even if you are betrayed. Because even with if you look at when Judas betrayed Jesus, Jesus didn't react. He already knew what was up. He already knew what Judas was going to do. So it was no need for the reaction to even happen. You see, that's why when it comes to Leos, why do they react to the betrayal publicly in the first place? Is because their ego got exposed. See that? Now that tells you something about the ego in itself. See, that tells you that once a person reacts in such a way, that means their ego is bruised in the first place. Now, another thing is that Leos, they judge time management. See, how long it takes you to do something, because they want that instant gratification, the instant attention, boom, 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 the instant clap. See, and Pisces, they see the ideal intentions. So this is what makes a Pisces observe just to not follow along with the situation, because they can see it. They can see the ideal intentions, that person's motives, their true motives. And then a Pisces is like, nope, they just want me to come to their party because they want a free gift or food. That's what they're just looking for. Then a Pisces just won't even show up. See, won't even go along with it. Where Leos, they want efficiency, but Pisces wants meaning. See, according to the dynamic. Now, another thing is that a Leo critiques affection or attention, and then Pisces loves through fantasy. Another thing is Leos, they want the recognition. Pisces wants emotional resonance. So Pisces cares more about the togetherness of a situation. Appreciate that, Abiz, Becca, and everyone else that's in the chat. Now, another thing, Leo likes to highlight mistakes in public. They like, okay, so when this happens, if it's a Leo female or woman, I should say, is that they will tell their friends. See, they will tell their girlfriends. Doesn't matter if it's their male friends, they'll tell them too. So one thing about it is, anything that she or he is unhappy about, they're going to tell the whole group, and I'm not talking about your group. They're going to tell their friends publicly, like, girl, he did this, he said this to me, because she's trying to get she's trying to get that justification. It's kind of like licking her wounds. See, by her telling her girlfriends what happened, and then their energy bouncing off what she said, you know, what she's, excuse me, what she said, and they're going to say things like, oh, girl, that's bogus, or yeah, you did the right thing, and she's going to get that ego boost off of those friends. That's why she would, you know, do it publicly and not just deal with it herself. Now, another thing is, like I say, Leo, okay, wait, but first, with a Pisces behavior, how they behave when a Leo behaves like that is that a Pisces envisions private resolutions. So they would rather handle a situation alone. See, no matter how bad it hurts, a Pisces would rather deal with it by themselves. A Pisces seldomly will want to tell a pack of people or a group of people, even one other person, about something that happened to them, about, you know, regarding someone else. Now, another thing is that Leo judges loyalty through actions. Like I said, it's all about what you can do for them, what you put on the table. Like, in other words, in relation to like generosity. Now, with Pisces, the illusions cloud loyalty. See? And it's based off of what you think about a person. What you think a person, put it like this. Let's say what people think of you. See? That's what I'm referring to with the illusions, is that what people think of you, that's what clouds loyalty. That's what Pisces understands regarding their behavior. So this is why they don't like to go off of, oh, you're a nice person. See, they don't like to go off of what they think about you, what they think of you, because Pisces knows that if I go off of what I think about you, I could be wrong. So why use it? Why use my mind when I can clearly see your actions? When I can feel where you're coming from and I can feel the vibe. A Pisces would rather go off of that than to go off of the illusion that you're nice, that you're a good person, that you all, you know, Pisces doesn't want to even sit, because they don't want to trap themselves into what? Being wrong. That's the worst thing for a Pisces, is to know something and then fall for the okie doke. See? Now, another thing is that Leos, they see the proof. See? And they always usually want proof, where Pisces sees the potential. See? That's why Pisces will go for the underdog. That's why Pisces will get with someone that maybe has a situation going on that they can't control, but the Pisces sees the potential in the relationship, sees the potential in the person. In other words, a Pisces may believe in the other person, that even if they don't have that same motivation or faith. Now, another thing is that Leos, to wrap this up in a better, you know, a better connotation for those that probably were lost about what I explained, is that Leos, they judge outwardly, see, because they want clarity, respect, and proof. They judge for proof, you guys. They judge for proof. Now, I got my watermelon, you guys. See that? Called a watermelon fast. But yeah. When it comes to Pisces, Pisces judges internally through what? Perception, projection, or emotional filters. And I explain what those are. Vibes. See? And I'm going to tell you, instead of, listen, this is the difference. Instead of a Pisces looking at the illusion, a Pisces would rather not assume that you are a nice person based off of what they know about you. It gets even better. Pisces judges you by creating illusions. There's a difference here. See, a Pisces has these mental micro downloads of who you are, who you really are. And through testing you, through watching you, that's why I said perception, projection, Pisces sees if you can handle certain things to define you. See, we don't have to get a magnify glass. Nope. We are the magnifying glass. We could just hang around you and guess what's going to happen? We'll burn that illusion of what you think about yourself, and guess what? When you look at us, you will always see something different. If you are not thorough, you will see something different within yourself. See, just by hanging around that Pisces, you will see your weaknesses because they'll be brought to the surface. It gets that deep. And once we use the emotional filters, we check the vibe, and we do all of this internally because why? It's connected to the intuition. And we factor that. So what ends up happening is that we are able to create an illusion of who you are, ourselves. So that's why we know you, and we can already see your potential, whether you're going to end up turning out to be a problem or a situation, because we separated it. The illusion from a facade. And here's the thing. Why do Leos seek constant opposite sex attention when they are with you? When they are in a relationship? As I mentioned, Leos are ruled by the sun energy, see? And attention. So when you apply the sun energy and attention, what do you get? You get the fuel. The fuel for what? The ego. See? And a Leo always often seeks attention in relationships, even when they are in a committed one. As if they were single. See how the dynamic changes? Just because the ego ruins it. And here's the thing. They do this subconsciously. And on top of that, I'm going to tell you why. Because of validation of worth. They want constant reassurance that they're admired. See, look, they want that constant assurance that they're admired. How many times do you have to admire someone, bro? Like, why would you need a constant, why do you need constant admiration, Leo? Like, why do you need it constantly to happen? Why can't it just happen one time? Why does it got to be constant, right? To keep that in mind. Also, Leos reaffirm what? Attractiveness. See, they got to constantly have the feeling of what? That ego boost. Feeling wanted, boosts. Feeling wanted boosts their confidence. See? So that's why they have attention from the opposite sex. Another thing is ego protection. See? Because the external attention, it deflects internal insecurities. This is how they hide their insecurities, is by having the opposite sex as friends. Now, hold on. Let me get my charger. Charge my phone up real quick. Now, another thing is that this is how they test their loyalty. See, they test loyalty of their partner by having the opposite sex as friends. I'm going to tell you how, okay? And why. Now, they like to see who notices them, right? That confirms their influence. That, like I said at the beginning, that confirms their influence by seeing who notices them the most. See? Now, another thing why they do this is for social dominance. Being noticed asserts their status in a social hierarchy. So this becomes a competition. I thought you wasn't supposed to compete with your partner. Clearly not. See how the rules change? Now, another thing is temptation versus options. Leo creates tension, in case you didn't know. That's what the sun does. When it gets too hot, everybody goes in the house. See, to cool down. Nobody can sit in the presence of the sun for so damn long in the first place. So they create temptation versus options. See, they don't want options. No, they want temptation. See, now, why? Because of the passion, right? Now, here's the thing. Leos, they are always actively seeking infidelity. That doesn't mean just because they want the opposite sex attention doesn't mean that they're, being or looking for the infidelity. They're not always seeking that. But here's the thing. Sometimes the attention just ensures that the options are open. That's not fair. So what is fair? What is fair, okay? If someone is already in a committed relationship, but they're still seeking male attention as a female, well, if you're with someone, why would you be seeking the attention elsewhere just to ensure the options are open? Why? Right? They do it because of what? It gives them emotional stimulation. So forget about focusing on how you feel. Oh, as long as their emotional well-being is taken care of, in other words, because as long as they're getting that emotional stimulation. See, the thing about it is Leos, they can get bored. See, if they are not constantly engaged emotionally. It's cold-blooded, you guys. Now, another thing is that they are romantic when it comes to fantasy projection, you guys. See, Leos, they want to feel desired like in what? Like in courtly romance. They want to feel desired. Another thing is that they mirror power. See, they are the mirror of power. Attention confirms their power over others. It's almost like, oh, who's getting all the attention has the most power to them. See, their influence is being over. Remember I said, when you look at the sun, you notice that you have to look up. Well, that's where they want to be. They want to be over others when it comes to the attention that they receive, because they are the mirror of power. That's why if you are up against someone else that hones in on power, guess what happens? It reflects. It reflects what? The difference between the two of you. It shows who has the most power. See? Now, another thing is that through self-expression, what does it filter through with Leo? Admiration. See? Why? Because being admired, it fuels their sense of identity. Now you get it? See, if no one is giving them attention, they have no identity. They don't know who they are until it gets loud. They don't know who they are until they get the attention. They don't know who they are until they get the validation. They don't know who they are until they get the praise. See? So someone without an identity is operating in full ego mode. Forget about sports mode. Why get in sports mode when you can get into the ego mode? See, now you see how a legal, legal. Now you see how a Leo is driven. See, they're power driven. Now, something important to not forget here is that it's less about intentional cheating, okay? It's less about intentional cheating and more about ego management, see, and attention as fuel. Remember, as a Pisces, a Leo will always fuel off of you. You are an ego boost to the Leo, Pisces. See, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember I said a Leo doesn't see you. Why? I'm gonna tell you something, a secret here. Why doesn't a Leo see you? Because you're the one with all the attention. See, now you get it. When a Leo is around you, the reason why they don't want to see you is because you show them who they really are, Pisces. And guess what? That's without the attention. It's cold-blooded. See? Now, when it comes to working against the Leo's attention in the first place, like, how do you dethrone a Leo? You take the attention away. How do you control a Leo? You take the attention away. You must detach from the attention of which it gives them what? Fuel in the first place. But Pisces gonna do that anyway, naturally, without even trying. You know why? Because the ego dies. Neptune dissolves it for you. And that's why you create the illusion that the Leo is weak when they try to portray themselves as being strong. See, because they are the mirror of power. You can't look in the mirror and see yourself when you only see what you want to be, see, what you want to become. And that's why I'm saying because they are the mirror of power, now you can see the illusion. Is that you don't know who you are. You don't even see yourself, Leo. That's why you damn sure would never be able to see me. Because if you saw me, you wouldn't want power in the first place. See, because it doesn't matter how powerful you are, doesn't matter how much attention you get. That doesn't mean nothing. You still are who you are, whether you want to be who you are or not. The real you will always outlast the facade that you put up. Once the mask breaks and shatters, your true self is going to show whether you try to run from it or not, right? Now, here's the thing. If you want to manage the influence of a Leo in a relationship, or just try to crush their whole game in the first place without losing yourself, burning yourself out, or losing energy in general, what must you do? You must use what? Silent withdrawal. The silent withdrawal technique is what? Don't chase. Nope. Let them reveal their intentions. It's cold-blooded. When you take away the attention, the Leo gets confused and forgets to put their crown on. Because at this point, what difference does it make? The attention is not there. What is there to outshine? What is there to... Why even put on a show if there's no attention? Because a Leo has to see that what? They have to gauge the attention to know it's there first before they get on stage. But what's the point of getting on stage if there's no what? Attention. See? Now, here's the thing. This is a classic. Listen, bro. If you could pull this off, bro, you gonna see, bro, the what do they call it? You'll be able to see the shift. See? You'll be able to see the shift, the plot twist, or however you want to, what words you want to use to see you'll see that twist. You'll see the whole energy shift. Now, when you put it like this, when you are decisive, you make a decision and you say to yourself, hey, I'm cool whether we stay together or not. Put it in their hands and watch what they do with it. Oh, you could break up with me. You got all these male friends and you need all this extra attention. You could just simply end it with me. I'm going to put it in your hands. Remember, the last thing that a Leo wants to, listen, the last thing that they want to show you is to what? Be identified. Once they react, they will forget that you saw their ego in the first place. They don't want you to know that the ego was there the whole time. They want you to assume that it was them. See? Because they're using the ego as a what? A shield. See? Now, another thing that you must do is use indirect control. See, put the responsibility in their hands. Like I just said, you guys, put the responsibility in their hands. If you want to break up with me, you do it. It's cold-blooded. See? Because what does this do? They end up reacting because you observed it. You observed it. See? You observed it. You didn't have to, listen, when you observe it, guess what? You don't have to do a damn thing. You don't have to be the one to throw the towel in. You didn't do nothing wrong. It wasn't, listen, you already saw it coming. So what is the point? This is the power of seeing through what? The illusion. And here's another thing. Avoid fueling their ego. See? Stop giving unnecessary praise, clapping when you don't want to, or drama just to increase the tension. Because what? Because why? Leos need attention, not an argument, to survive. See that? They don't give a damn about how you feel. They give a damn about the attention that they get from you. See? They look at that as a number one. Now, another thing is Leos, they need to have what? A strategy. They always have to have a strategy at hand. And this is to what? When it comes to scarcity, they have to have options. They have to have those open. See, the deception falls, the manipulation is that when you see them hanging with the opposite sex, you instantly think there's infidelity going on. Because most men would think so. Because they're reacting. They're trying to protect their egos. See, from looking dumb, from looking played or taken advantage of by the Leo. But here's the thing. Remember what I said. You cannot go by what you think. You cannot go by what you think. If you go by what you think, you're reacting. See? You're going to, that means, listen, anytime you revert to how you think about something, you're reacting. You're reacting to it. See? And this is how a Leo uses deflection. They are the masters of deflection because they are the mirror of power. That's what power does. It deflects. See, if you say, if you say something to the Leo, they're going to double down on it. You got to be careful because the Leo is the master deflection. Now, another thing, as I mentioned, the strategic scarcity that a Leo would do is they would be what? Unavailable. See, because your absence, what does it do? It heightens their desire for attention. The more, listen, imagine taking a break from a Leo. Let's say you hung out with her or him Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come Friday, you're like, man, I need a break. I'm going to go home and chill. I don't really, you might be so tired and burnt out, you don't even want to call her or him, right? But the moment you're absent, guess what the Leo's thinking? He or she starts to open up that phone book, that catalog with options. See? To create tension, to create listen, did you know that temptation requires what? Attention. It's almost like these are the seeds to attention in the first place. So when someone wants attention, what do? They act out, right? They go out there and do some dumb stuff sometimes. Do something that's sporadic, annoying, just to what? Get attention. Even if it involves cheating, even if it's infidelity, no matter what it is, it creates attention. It creates attention. So if a Leo can't get the attention, they're going to create it themselves. See? Now, when you are unavailable and you're with a Leo, this is what she's going to do. Remember I said she always has her own cameraman. She always has her own this, her own that, her own bro, her own best friend, her own sis. And when she gets bored, who you think is going to come around? Those options, those temptations that she created, that he created. Let me see. Appreciate that, Misty. Welcome. How you doing? Happy birthday to anybody that I may have missed. T-Roy, welcome. Said if a Leo can't get attention from you, they're going to get it somewhere else for sure. Yep, right. That's facts, bro. Now, another thing is that Leos will use a calm dominance. Why would they be calm while being dominant? See, it's because of the confidence, right? Some may say conceitedness. Some may say arrogance, right? Here's the thing. They respond with measured, confident energy because of Leo, they respect stability, see? So this is why they may have that calm demeanor all while doing this. See, this is what, listen, when you assume that, oh, they're confident, that doesn't mean, just because they're calm about it, doesn't mean that they're not cheating on you. It's cold-blooded. Because you can assume so fast and think, oh, they're so calm. Oh, they're so, nothing's bothering them. They look so chill. They look like, or they may look the opposite or feel that, they can feel the opposite based off of you being around them. You can assume that, oh, they really care about me, or hey, they really chill, or like I said, it could be the opposite. They might look like they don't give a damn, right? Or give a F, right? But do not fall for this, bro. See? Because more than likely, it's because she has attention elsewhere that you don't know about. See? So you ever know when someone thinks they're good? Let's say you got all your bills paid, right? And you're like, yo, I don't need nobody for nothing, right? Let's say you got two options. You can go out to eat with Mike if you want, or you could go out with Tyrone to go bowl, or you could go ice skating with Tim It's like you got options. So in your mind, you're chilling. You have a calm dominance to yourself. You have what? That confident energy that, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm having a good old day because I got so many options that, hey, I ain't got to get bored. I can get attention with Tim and go ice skating. I can go get, a crab boil with Andre. I could go do this, right? That's how she's thinking. So that's why she looks chill. That's why she looks like all happy and like, like she's just, chilling. That's what, listen, bro. When he or she is acting like that, that's a sign for you to know that, yeah, something's going on, bro. Remember, it's what you can't see, fam. You don't see her nickel and diming those dudes but look, she makes sure that you hear about it. Why is that? Because you're not there. See, she lies. She lies to protect her pride. See, her pride is she's starving for attention. See, she ain't gonna tell you that. She ain't gonna admit to it either. She wants you to think that there's a show going on that you're missing every single time, even if you were just there 3 days in a row. See, she will always brag. Oh, I'm with Billy. You're like, yo, what you doing? Oh, I'm with Billy. Oh, we just watching some TV. And you're like, you with another dude and you with me? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. And what she's saying, what she's doing, she's trying to make you feel beneath her. She's trying to make you feel small, like make you feel stupid, make you feel insecure, because that's how she's feeling. She's projecting. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, when she's bringing up these guys' names around you, you know what you're supposed to do? Silent withdrawal. See? Silent withdrawal. Do not fall for it. Another thing. Now, as I mentioned, okay, so another thing that, okay, so this could go hand in hand, because I kind of goofed up on one of my, okay, so what I was saying, when you work against the Leo's attention, what I was gonna say is that, oh yeah, okay, I see. I didn't goof. I was tripping, but yeah. Okay, so another thing you want to do is you want to have a calm dominance. That's where I see where I had goofed. Okay, so you want to have the calm dominance, but at the same time, a Leo in such a way, he or she may be calm, thinking they're running everything. See, but they will. This is what I was gonna say. They will respect stability in you by you remaining calm when they are sharing with you that they're hanging with the opposite sex, if that makes sense. See? Because listen, if you don't react, she's going to start thinking like, yo, he didn't get mad, or hey, he didn't question that I was hanging with Tim, even though it was the opposite sex. Sometimes she tries to test you, see, while mentioning another guy. So even if you hear, oh, she's hanging with Tim or Tyrone or Andre, guess what? Don't assume that she's, that she's cheating. Instead, just remain cool. See, calm, collective. Because as soon as you get jealous or you start to react, then that shows her how much influence she has over you. See, it shows her, it's an ego boost. It shows her that she's in control. See, now another thing is when it comes to observation over reaction. See, and this is what I just said. Because listen, let their moves tell you their priorities. I'll say it one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear me. Let their moves tell you their priorities. Observation over reaction. Always observe, do not react. Even if it hurts, even if you know it in your soul, your intuition is telling you it. Do not react. See? Because Leos feed off reactions, in case you didn't know. Another thing, reward aligned behavior, because you only give recognition only when it's deserved. Don't just be giving Leo just all these, all the recognition every time, all these crazy compliments, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, okay? Another thing is avoid public humiliation, because Leos, they react badly to what? To public loss of face, okay? So here's the thing. You notice that some people try to save face publicly. Here, no. Avoid it. Because like I say, once that Leo reacts badly to it, once they react badly to the public loss of face, they're gonna fizzle out. See? So you have to just remain stoic. You have to just remain calm, collective, because listen, do not become, don't react to whatever she's doing to you publicly. See? Because let's say you get angry at your Leo spouse, and all of a sudden you start like putting everything on Twitter, putting everything on social media, your Facebook feeds, and you're like, yo, look, see, you're out there with all these guys hanging around, and then you start to react and start to accuse and assume things. Then all of a sudden the Leo is going to care about what you posted, and they're going to try to control the narrative, see, and try to make it seem like it's you. They may even take pictures of you and put it on the same feeds and say, nope, you're doing this and you're acting. Oh, see how crazy he is. See how of a excuse me, guys. She may say, you see what he's doing to me. Okay, so another thing is, excuse me, guys. I know I'm doing a lot. Oh, I accidentally turned on something. I don't know how to. Oh, there it is. Now, another thing is that when it comes to leverage curiosity, okay, you want to leverage curiosity. You don't just ask her questions. Even if, see, here is very complex. You just don't want to ask her questions. You want to ask them sparingly, okay? You don't want to just be like, just blurt out something that you want to ask or that you see. Wait, see, do it sparingly. Don't just because you're curious, just don't start asking questions or questioning her or him, okay? Make them reveal their motives. And the best way to do this is just act like you don't see things, even when you see them, see? Because here's the thing. The Leo doesn't expect you to control your energy, see? That's the thing. You want to control your energy, not their behavior. The best way to dethrone a Leo in all their ways is to have self-control. Instead of focusing on who gets to control, the best thing to do is to control yourself around their behavior. See, control yourself, self-control. Self-control is more powerful than trying to obtain control or exert control, see, regarding their behavior. Now, let their ego neediness play itself out. Let it run its course, because guess what? Guess what happens to someone that is ego-driven in the first place? They always lose, and guess what they're going to do? Guess what they're going to do with that ego? They're going to crash every time. So you just have to let them do it. Don't try to take matters into your own hands by trying to speed up the process. See? Because once you do this, you will become powerful and unbothered. Now, Another thing, Leo women we're basically gonna talk about Leo women, okay? Leo women, they judge openly, and then when it comes to Pisces illusions, they judge internally. So let's not forget that. Another thing is that Leos, they constantly seek attention to validate their ego, boost their confidence, and keep their options open. See? So the strategies that I told you guys, I'm not telling no one to go out there and do anything bad or harmful. I'm just giving you guys tips on how to basically deal with the Leo, in other words. See, especially if you're in a relationship with one as a Pisces. And like I say, you want to withdraw, see, your energy from theirs. Keep it separate because it's going to let them reveal themselves. Appreciate that, Boxing. And when you appreciate the gift of Boxing, the hundreds, and then on top of that, what you want to do, let them reveal themselves and control your own reactions. This is important. Control yourself when you are in the midst of a Leo's behavior, because they're always gauging your energy, aka your actions regarding their decisions in the first place. And this is what this is where people fail every time. And I know, and I feel bad for everyone that has experienced this, because I know it's been difficult. And you've probably drained yourself and tired yourself out by it because you couldn't understand them, because you couldn't figure out their deal, right? And here's the thing. Why I said to control your own reactions instead of theirs is because a Leo cannot handle someone else's energy when it's controlled by them. See, we know that you are never supposed to react to someone pushing your buttons in the first place, because this shows them how, listen, this shows them how to latch on to you to control you. See, this is why you don't want to give them a reaction. Another thing is that let breaking up be her responsibility, not yours. See, it's feminine behavior to break up in the first place. Usually it's the woman that gets the divorce. See, give that responsibility to her. Because listen, what's for you is for you. You know what you want in life, and guess what? If it's not them, then hey, somebody else will come aboard. And another thing, staying calm is prime, okay? Hey, if you want to be on top of your game with the Leo, stay calm. Don't be moved by their behavior. Oh, you want to go have 10 male stripper friends? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because remember, the ego detriment is what? Karma. The ego detriment is destruction. They're gonna listen. They're gonna burn themselves out. They're gonna crash eventually. Not literally, but whatever their behavior always gets them what? Nowhere. See, but it only for when it's put it like this, when it's against you, the best thing to do is stay calm and what? And have self-control. Now, another thing is, see, why do I say all this? Because Leo, listen, a lot of people don't understand this, is that a Leo is too focused on what you do with what you know about or have seen in regards to their behavior in the first place. See, now I'm gonna give you guys a couple of other things as well, because I want you guys to understand the behavior and be able to maintain yourself, okay? Because you want to maintain not only your stability, but also your influence, see? Rather than trying to go around, following them around or trying to control them. But what you want to do, just let them shine, see? Let them shine. Leos, they want recognition. They want to be, seen, not so much heard, but just seen, okay? I say it like this, really both, but it's so much more them being seen than heard, okay? So yeah, they'll go around telling people about their stories or whatnot, only to get the recognition. Now, if you don't compete with them or with their spotlight, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be more relaxed around you, okay? Now, what I'm saying here, these are just the core principles to make it with a Leo. Another thing you want to do is maintain mystery, because one thing about a Pisces energy is that Pisces becomes more powerful when you don't explain everything. See, the more you explain yourself, Pisces, the weaker you look. See, the weaker people think you are. So you want to do less talking. Have them do most of the talking, in other words. Also, do not chase the attention of a Leo. Yeah, I know, especially as it may seem to be, or hey, you may feel good and comfortable around them, but doesn't mean that you should, chase them for it. Because when you're calm and focused on your life, a Leo will become, they would become curious. See, it's almost like they become more interested, in other words, in you when you don't chase their attention. Another thing is you want to observe their reactions instead of confronting them. See, it's for you to see, but don't try to hem them up and ask them a bunch of questions. And, so you always want to observe their reactions instead of confronting them. Another thing with Leo, their personalities always reveal themselves through reactions. See, that's how you can see their true hand. You can see their cards as soon as you do this. Now, always control your emotional reactions, Pisces, even if it hurts, because self-control, what does it do? It keeps the power balance stable. And it shows the Leo that they have no power over you or control. Another thing is to avoid public conflicts, because Leos, they protect their pride strongly. Public embarrassment, it escalates the whole situation every time. It escalates. See, another thing is you want to give genuine appreciation only when it's deserved. Why? Because a Leo responds strongly to what real recognition and not forced praise. They know and notice the difference when it's done. Also, keep your own goals central, okay? Because the influence, it grows when you stay focused on your purpose, not them. Also, don't overanalyze their behavior. Sometimes the Leo actions, it looks like they're doing something. I know this. Sometimes it looks like they're cheating, but guess what? Their actions are all about their ego. See, it's in how it's expressed. So sometimes the funniest thing is it's not even that deep. See, you got to understand that a Leo refuses to get in the, listen, a Leo doesn't want to get into the depths of the emotion anyway. See, they want to pick and choose what they get emotional with. See, so like I said, it's more tied to the attention, but not so much of just the emotion itself and feeling it. That they like to they like to get it elsewhere in regards to admiration and whatnot. But when it comes to the ego expression, they don't like to go deep in the water. You see, they're a fire sign. The lion doesn't want to put his feet, doesn't want to go for a swim. Nope, they don't want to go deep. So that's the best way to word it, is to not to, overanalyze their behavior. Also, you want to keep your independence when you're with them. Always have your own things going. Always, don't be trying to chase them around city and trying to be with them on a day-to-day. See, so you want to make sure you keep your independence, like the things that you do from the day-to-day, because that's what a Leo is going to respect about you. See, because one thing about Leos, they respect their partners that have their own direction. They have their own thing going on. Okay. Also, you want to limit your emotional overinvestment. Okay. When you keep emotionally investing into a Leo, they get bored. They get turned off by that. Believe it or not, some of the other signs may like that, but when it comes to a Leo, it's kind of like, look at the symbolism of a cat, in the analogy of a cat. Do you notice, like, if you overstimulate a cat, it runs away from you? See, it only wants to be pet, on its own when it wants it. See, now when you choose to pet it. But okay, so when it comes to Pisces, like I say, you could get pulled into the emotional waves of Leo, but I'm here to tell you that balance helps the situation. Also, you want to let their actions reveal the truth, not so much of you trying to get the truth out of them. See, because when you observe their behavior, it's often more useful than sitting there questioning them. See, because they're not going to tell you anyway because of pride. See, like, even if you see them doing something and you start to, ask them questions about, oh, who's that guy? What's that guy's name? Why are you here? She's going to lie, bro. See, so that's why I said, just observe quietly their behavior and always pay attention to the patterns. See, the patterns are the illusions. Sometimes the Leo tries to make something look like it's something going on when it's really not. See, because they are looking for a reaction, because that validates and gives them a sense of self identity. See, through the attention that they receive from it. Now, one thing is that you want to respond calmly, okay, rather than reacting quickly, because that calm response, what does it do? It carries more weight. It shows you more of who you are. It shows that you are in control of yourself, your emotions, and whatnot. Now, one thing that you have to avoid, that is very important, avoid jealousy games with Leo, bro. I shit you not, bro. You will probably get jealous by hearing who she's with, hanging with. I understand, but don't do it. See, because that's what is going to create the unnecessary dramatic experiences in itself. That's going to keep it from happening, keep the unnecessary drama at bay. Now, one thing with Leo is you want to keep clear boundaries, because respect, it grows when the boundaries are consistent. See, so sometimes if you are with your Leo spouse, girlfriend, friend, and let's say they did something you didn't like regarding the opposite sex, just hanging out, whatever it was, make sure those boundaries that you have are clear where they can see them. Because here's the thing, a Leo doesn't always see you, see, and how you feel about things in this expression. So sometimes you might have to let them know, hey, I don't like the fact that you're hanging out with this person. Yeah, I understand that because sometimes a Leo will get defensive. They'll say things like, yo, I'm not doing nothing. I didn't do this. They're quick to like snap off on you and tell you, but they weren't doing nothing. They'll keep reverting to that. So what you want to do is keep those clear boundaries open. And hey, maybe I'll give you guys some advice. Maybe just tell them that, hey, I noticed that don't wait. First off, don't say it like that. Okay. What you want to do is just keep the clear boundaries by letting them know, like, hey, you know, I don't like this and I just want everything to stay, you know, kosher. And hey, maybe ask to see their phone. Can I see your phone? Is just make sure, you know, you're not, you and Andre, I noticed y'all been hanging together. But that, like I say, ask to see their phone, because you have to not let that Leo, okay, excuse me, I gotta drink something, you guys, my fault. I appreciate that, that 100, Sag World. And then, here's the thing. Why I said you want to keep the clear boundaries clear, because a Leo will do things. They'll do things and it will really bother you, because you will think that, oh, you should know this already. But remember, I told you a Leo doesn't see you. See, the ego only, when someone is ego driven, they only see themselves. See, they don't really give a damn about how you feel and what you got going on. So you have to show them. See, and when, like I say, you can ask for their phone and say, instead of asking them questions, ask for their phone. Let me see your phone. And then if they don't give it, listen, they don't let you see that phone, that's your answer. What more do you have to see? See how cut the chase with the questioning. The questioning, it does you a disservice. So it's better for you to just ask for the phone, and then you can scroll through her text or his text and see who they're talking to. Because a Leo, once you do that and you show once you show that Leo that you respect yourself enough and you have that boundary, guess what's going to happen? They're going to respect your boundary, because now they know, okay, you ain't going to go for it. See, you ain't, and here's the thing. They know that you're not going to go for it, and you're not going to what? Try to compromise or negotiate? Nope. So that's the difference. Now, another thing you want to do is support their strengths. So Leos, they respond well when their talents are acknowledged. See? But you, at the same time, you want to protect your peace. Because listen, when you step away from the drama and the dramatic situations, it's like taking a break. See, it's like taking a break from them. When you don't allow yourself to keep going along the same things, you could possibly get stressed out by them hanging with the opposite sex all the time. But you want to ultimately keep your mind clear, because you should never you should not be stressed just by, you know, being with your Leo. Because a lot of times those little situations, the innuendos of, you know, those particular, you know, hangouts with the opposite sex, it can really take its toll on you, because you might assume that something's going on because other people that do it probably are cheating. But sometimes the Leo doesn't see it. They might not see it as cheating or be cheating in itself, because they're doing it for attention, if that makes sense. See, and that's what you can't see, because it's not, okay, put it like this. It's not something you would do. So sometimes it's hard to understand it, like, yo, I don't need attention, and you may not do what the Leo does because you're not attention seeking, but they are. See, that's the difference. But sometimes you can assume that they're smarter, you know, that they're smart, and you might assume that they know better. But you have to understand that they are what? Ego driven. See, the ego feeds off attention, feeds off of drama, feeds off of dramatic situations. See, so another thing is, you want to focus on self-mastery. And why I say this is because the strongest position in any dynamic regarding relationship, marriage, friendship is self-control and self-direction. You have to have your own, you got to have your own direction when you're with Leo. You got to have your own motion, your own activities, your own friends, your own group, your own social circle, your own social groups. Have your own shit, bro. Do not have nothing tied to them that they can say, oh, those are my friend, you know, those are my friends. You wouldn't have known this social group had it not been for me. Avoid those type of things that could possibly arise, okay? Because that's not going to do nothing but cause a reaction, see, from you. Or you get defensive and try to, you know, prove that you have something going on. See, another thing, do not let Leo influence you. See, because Leos are good at that. They're good at judging you and then giving you advice, but it's not even advice. They're trying to tell you what to do. They're trying to influence you to maybe grow dreads, or hey, maybe you should change your name, or maybe you should do this, maybe you should do just crazy stuff that it's like, you got to understand, some people actually believe them and listen to them. See, because people assume that the Leo knows best because of what? The crown, the reflection that they give off. But one must question, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? See, you must see through the illusion. You must see to the point without distractions. See, because it's what you can't see. The facade is that this person may feel powerful. This person may feel, you know, untouchable because the ego. But don't fall for it. Now, another thing is, believe it or not, influence doesn't come from controlling people. See, it comes from stability, confidence, and self-discipline. That's where influence comes from. So if you dominate in all three of these, that's how you have influence. See, that's how you have a strong influence. And other people that feel the same, that follow the same core principles, they will flock to you. There's nothing that you have to say. You don't need any control to do this. Nope. This is why I'm telling you to have self-control. Now, another thing, you got to be careful with the way things, okay, with the way Leo says things. Like, they may tell you that, oh, you need a haircut. You know, I would like to see, they may suggest to you that, oh, I think dreads would be better for you. But you have to always go by what you want to do, even if they suggest to you. As I mentioned, should is a word of deception. But is a word of deception and jest. See? So you got to understand one thing. The influencer, when a person tries to influence you, what are they doing? Well, it's something that they don't like about you. It's why they're so busy trying to change you. See, someone say, oh, what you should do, what you should do is just take this and let me get that, and then take this and let me get that. Why would a person try to control your decision in the first place? See, that's, you got to understand that you can't give up your right. You cannot give that up. You deciding for yourself. Because if you do, then people are going to take it. That's the beginning stage of being taken advantage of by listening to someone suggest onto you, or what you should do, what you should say, where you should go. And you're like, I don't need your guidance. I don't need your path of where you think I should go. See, because they're not going to go in the path that they're telling you to go to in the first place, because they don't want to see you make it. They want to see how much control they have over you to make you do things. But not for you, but for them. See, it's the testing grounds. So that's why I tell you, do not go or listen to people that say you should do this. Suggestions are from the enemy. See, to get you off course, to make you off balance. See, now, one thing about it, with Leo, remember I said they crave attention and they expect attention. See, so when the attention patterns, when they shift, when you, Pisces, start getting all the attention, all of a sudden, this is when the person that expected the attention, they start, and it suddenly stops. What do? It makes them wonder, why did the focus change? Did he or she lose interest in me? It's something different now. You see how it exposes their insecurities. See, because the energy shifted. Now, here's the powerful thing about it. This automatically happens. This doesn't take a magic trick. You don't have to pay for it. When you listen, it's all in the behavior. When you listen, when someone's expecting something to happen for them, getting their way, they will always suggest what you should do. See, a person is always suggesting what you should do. They're expecting something. See, they want something at the expense of you. So what am I saying? It's manipulation. But the one who manipulates is insecure. The one that wants to control is insecure. So who wins? The one who has self-control. Because you're internalizing your power, you're not exerting anything because you don't have to. It happens, your body reacts first. See? So when you internalize your power, it magnifies. See? No matter where you look, no matter what you see, because whatever is on the inside, it comes through your vision anyway. That's why you must listen to your intuition about what you should do in life, not others, because other people, they can lie to you and deceive you and take you off course. See, that's why you're not supposed to listen to other people. You're not supposed to tell you're not even supposed to ask other people what you should do. You'll do yourself in. You're doing yourself a disservice doing that. Never ask someone what you should do. See? Because the whole point is, you're not looking out for their best interest. What you're doing is you're getting them off of the path of their purpose. See? Because you're expecting what? Attention from them. See, that's the thing. You want their attention. You want their focus on you and what you got going on. So when you don't go along with it, this is when they start to question themselves because they are insecure. Now, here's the thing. Curiosity replaces certainty. See? And here's the thing. That's why you want to remain calm as possible, bro. You want to stay silent with it because calm behavior, it signals confidence. This is the true confidence. The whole boastful brag, the loudest one in the room is usually the most insecure. The loudest one in the room is usually weaker than they may seem or appear to be. But the one who hones in on power is the one who's quiet. Why? Because he or she is full of power. See, because they're not making any noise because they have the power. They already know it. But the person that wants the power from others, because they don't know that they have it, is the loudest one in the room. See, and here's another thing. When a person stays calm instead of reacting emotionally, what does it signal? It signals independence, self-control, and confidence. See, so that's the thing. You always want to stay calm instead of getting in your emotions and feelings at the expense of others, even if it's affecting you. See, even if you're bothered. But remember, failure is not an option. It's an illusion. Because listen, you get to see one blessing, maybe two. And those are what? Your weaknesses. It's cold-blooded. See, when you go into a situation and you feel uncomfortable, why is that? Because you're not ready. Because you didn't expect that. You got hit in a place where you were vulnerable. See, those spots, what we refer them as is weaknesses. See, because you don't know you don't know what to do. You're not prepared for those type of attacks or those type of situations to occur. So when you're not prepared for it, that's when you feel that you have no defense in that area. See, so that's when you go through a situation where you feel like reacting, that just shows you that you have more to work on about yourself. You have to fix that. And that's why I said you have to thank your enemies and those that challenge you subconsciously, because it shows you where you're weak. And you have to know your weaknesses, because there's strength in your weaknesses. Without pain, there's no energy. See, you have to have pain, bro. You have to use pain. It's what you do with the pain. See, and if you use the pain as motivation and channel it and use it as a weapon, you will thank me later. Because pain, that's how you get stuff done. See, you go through a bad breakup, now become fully motivated and focused on what you really put it like this. If you didn't know who you were and you go through a painful experience, you will find out who you really are. Yep. And then you'll decide what you really want in life. But guess what? No pain, no gain. If you didn't go through that painful experience, guess what? You would have never known what your purpose was in the first place. See? And then I always say pain is what you make it, because it's not intended to hurt you. It's intended for you to grow. See? If someone betray you, it makes you 10 times what? More intuitive. Because now it gives you discernment. Now, another thing is mystery increases interest. The less a person knows about you creates interest. See, so it's better to be a mystery than an open book. Everyone wants to read the book that they know nothing about, but the open book, no one wants to read it. See, no one wants to read an open book because it's boring. It's cold-blooded. People want what they don't have easy access to. People want what they can't have. It's a saying, people want to have their way in, have their cake and eat it too. But you want to know, the funny thing is you can't realistically do both. It's like kind of like talking and chewing bubblegum at the same time. You can't. See, and put it like this, you're not even supposed to, because you can choke, right? It's a little thing, you can bite your tongue. It's all kind of things that can go wrong that you just don't pay attention to, or you probably just don't care. See, but here's the thing. When you don't explain everything or chase clarification, what happens? What happens? People sometimes try to figure you out themselves. So what does that mean when they try to figure you out themselves? Oh, they're going to test you. They're going to try to break you. They're going to try to hurt your feelings. They're going to try to embarrass you because they're trying to figure you out. But you want to know something funny? What did I say earlier? You can't figure out anything, because life is an illusion. And while they trying to break you, while they trying to hurt you just to figure you out, remember I said, what are they doing? They're thinking. Creation doesn't start with thinking. Creation started with what? The intuition. See that? So you cannot hurt what you don't know about. You don't see, the illusion will always destroy you. And as I said, the illusion is karma. See, you get punished for assuming. You have to be sure of yourself. of what you see. Because guess what? Like I said, like Ted DiBiase from the WWE, everybody has a price. I didn't say the price meant money. It's cold-blooded. You thought I was talking about currency. Nope. Everybody has a price. Everybody's got a price. Means you have to pay the price. See? Attention isn't free. It comes with something. And guess what it comes with? A crash. It comes with what? Something that you would never expect to happen. Karma. See, you got to understand look, people play with this type of stuff and wonder why they get burned, because it's not a game. See? And here's the thing. People sometimes try to figure out themselves by what? Because you don't explain anything. See? And you're not chasing answers. So what happens? The opposite dynamic, the polar opposite. Reverse psychology. People start to want to figure you out because you're not talking enough. See? You're not loud enough for them. See? You become that mystery. So the mystery is what? I want to read this book. Just because I want to figure you out. But you got to understand the dynamic resets. See? Instead of the cycle of reacting, what tends to happen? You already know what's going to happen when you react. When you react to the cycle of which the pattern that you see, what are you really supposed to do? You're supposed to walk away from it. But guess what people do? They engage. And what happens next? They start arguing. What is arguing? Reacting again and again and again and again. Didn't Albert Einstein, what did he say? Doing the same thing, expecting different results is insanity. See? So the situation becomes what? Because you focused on yourself. Didn't I say that's what the Leo does all day? Focusing on yourself. What does that do for others? It makes it easy for others to observe your behavior. Oh my God. Makes it easy for other people to observe you. See, when you're focused on yourself, you keep reacting. You keep doing the same shit. So the pattern is easy to what? To see. That's why people, listen, that's why it's easier and it is more powerful for you to what? Stay calm. See? People are afraid of a storm that's calm than one that's loud. Because you don't see it coming. And you never noticed it was there in the first place. See? So here's the thing. What am I saying? I'm speaking of the energy shift. Because that shift alone, it can change how people interact with you. It's cold-blooded. People are afraid when you do. Listen, when you don't chase clarification and you're quiet. Why? Listen. Why are people terrified, intimidated by you? And you didn't even say nothing. And you're not chasing answers. Because the more you disengage, the more observant that person becomes. Listen, what I mean by observing, you see that person for who they are. See, when you when you focus on yourself, it's easy for, other people are going to show you who they are, bro. You don't got to chase clarification. You don't have to chase no answers, nothing. It's going to come to you. You're going to see it because you focus on yourself. See? Focusing on yourself, bro, minding your own business, bro. Because I'm telling you, the cycle of reacting to something, it just keeps going and going and going. You're going to argue and argue and argue. Arguing is a distraction. Arguing keeps you from what? Knowing the truth. You thinking that you're getting somewhere arguing. No, you're not, bro. When you argue, you become confused. You become, well, why am I arguing? It's a distraction to keep you from figuring out the person you're dealing with. See, now the shift alone, like I say, it could change how people interact with you during the shift. Now here's the lesson behind it. See, it's all about your realization, okay? That self-control, it matters more than what? Trying to control others. See, that is the most powerful thing in itself, is self-control. See, when you stay centered and you hold frame, bro, people change, bro. It changes how people interact with you, bro. It's different. It's what you can't see. See, if you hold frame and somebody try to shit test you, bro, they treat you differently. They treat you differently. All of a sudden, just by doing just that. It's like they didn't seen something that was invisible. See? Because they see the focusness on yourself. They realize they can't control you, bro. And here's the thing, why? Because you conserve your own energy, bro. See? You avoid unnecessary drama when you focus on yourself. You see situations more clearly. And ultimately, what do you get as a reward? Clarity, bro. See, clarity is the you need clarity to see through the illusion, bro. See, clarity is certainty. Let your yes be a yes, your no be a no. No in between, no guessing. You see things for what they truly are. And hey, remember I used to say, it's none of your business. Anyway, it's none of your business. See? Because all that matters is what's in front of you, not what's on the side, not what's up at the sky. It's what's in front of you, bro. That's your life. See? Why? Because you were born into this world alone. And when you die, you will die alone. See? That's why I said life is an illusion. Because you think that everything you see belongs to you, bro. And it don't, bro. Nothing belongs to you, bro. Not even somebody you're trying to figure out, bro. That's crazy. That's why I tell people, like, bro, how many people will go to a dead end, right? And you wonder why it's a sign there, right? For you to see, for you not to waste your time, right? But how many people still go even though they see the damn dead end sign? How many people still drive through it? Because they're curious. Because they're curious. And remember I said curiosity kills the cat? Curiosity, it basically, what does it do? It's not certainty. See? When you're curious, you end up what? Wasting your time. And you're not wasting the other person's time. You're wasting your own time. Because remember this, as I stated, you're watching the time. See, you're watching the time, but little do you know the time is watching you. And you thinking that, oh, I'm on my own time. No, you're not. No, you're not. Only time knows when it's your last time to take your last breath. Only time knows that. As time keeps ticking, the world keeps spinning, and you don't even realize it. That you are living on Earth, bro. See? You're living on Earth, not in Earth. And that's the thing what people don't understand, that it's a difference, bro. The world it's crazy because you don't even really listen. You don't even realize that you don't realize that you're living on Earth. See, you start to think that this is something you're doing, and you're only a tiny little human. But you think you're this big, but you're really this big. See, and you absolutely have no control over anything. None of us do, right? And that's the thing, is that you do not realize just how far away things actually are. The distance from you to the sun. See, for example, and you wonder why there's space in between. See? And you wonder why there's two. You wonder why there's the duality, 2, 2, 2. You wonder why there's duality here. See? Because in between Pisces is two fish going in two different directions, right? So the cycle doesn't repeat itself. It keeps the one fish from getting away from the other fish, right? To keep the separation. But what's in the middle doesn't matter. What's in the middle is the rod that holds them together. See? It doesn't matter, because any way it goes, the world is still it's still going to exist the same. And I always said this, is that if you look at your emotions, they're separate from you. See, when you cry, that's separate. That's your emotions. It's all about the expression. It's all about how it comes out. See, it's about what you're crying to. It's not the whole, oh, you're weak because you're crying. It's what you're crying to. See that? And if you're crying because a person can't see the illusion that outweighs the facade, then it's like, yo, you would never understand what that person is crying about. See, you always assume that they're sad, bro. And that's why I tell you, is that you cannot figure out every damn thing, bro. You can't. See, everybody thinks they knows how the world came about. What's this? What's that? What's this? No, bro. Nobody cares. And this is the thing. Nobody cares because it's not about the facts. It's not about the facts. That's why when you go to school, the curriculum constantly changes. What's expected of you in 2000 is not the same in 2026. See? Now everybody wants to use numerology because they're trying to figure out how the world really is. But remember I said, you could be right or you could be wrong. Both being right and wrong have consequences. That's just like I said. You have the prisoner that's doing 10 years in the penitentiary, and he's looking at you and he's saying, I haven't seen you in 10 years. See? Then when he gets out, guess what? You might not even still be alive. So what is the difference? He did time, and by the time he got out, you weren't even alive anymore. Does that mean that, oh, both of you weren't living? No. That's not why. Both of you were living, but you would never be the same. Anyway, you would never be the same. So no matter what decision you make in this life, guess what? It all ends the same. It all ends the same way. You go, hey, you did 10 years and I didn't see you for 10 years, but guess what? Time don't wait on nobody, bro. So when you decide to make a decision in life, you don't get to control the outcome, bro. So that's why I say reality, when we look at the reality of a situation, we start to say to ourselves, what is the outcome? What is the outcome? We don't know the outcome. See? All we know is there's an end to everything. And guess what? When even though there's an ending, when we look at the sky and we see the signs, we see the stars, we see space, then we notice that there is two separate things going on at the same damn time every day. We see that, oh, the sun is existing, and whether or not we see it, want to see it, don't really know how it's there, why it's there, what, when, where, how, it still will stay there. So information doesn't give you any type of change whatsoever according to what you see, because you will never know why it's there in the first place. And that's why I said, you wanting to know and forcing to know, you end up what? You end up dying before you end up dying before you realize that you couldn't figure it out. And that's what the illusion is. The illusion is you will never be able to figure it out. You will only be able to see the point. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I love y'all. Happy birthday to any Pisces that I may have missed. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace out. God bless. Thanks for watching.